Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Bleach episode 25. So, I am going to be doing 26 as well, don't worry. Just 25 is in this video. I will do another video for 26. I will be releasing both of them, so if you're watching this one, keep an eye out. It won't be long before 26 is released. Same day, probably within 5 minutes of each other anyway, so you probably don't have to wait very long. But yeah, so just so you guys know that I could put it all in one video, but I think it's just easier doing it this way for you guys, less confusing and stuff. So um I figured I'd do it that way. But yeah, we have 25 and 26. They released the final two episodes this week, so today we're going to be finishing this. I mentioned a poll previously as being potential to replace the show. I decided not to because we do have Shield Hero Season 3 coming, and I've done Season 1 and 2 on the channel, so I might as well do Season 3. I feel like I do like the show, and I do want to see more, uh, so yeah, I made the executive decision that I'm not going to be doing a poll for that, but there is another poll already going on to replace Serial Experiments Lane. So if you do want to vote for something, you can check out that poll. I made another video on it, so just check out my channel. You'll see the video. It just says like new poll in the title, and you'll find the link in the description of that video to go and vote. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in voting and participating, check that out. I very much appreciate it. It's free to vote. You do need a Patreon account, but it's free to sign up for one of those. You do not need to be a paid patron to me or anything. Completely free. You just sign into your account and vote. So, pretty cool. But yeah, as for Bleach, we're going to be finishing this up tonight. Last episode, we had the Soul King, or we had some information on the Soul King. It seems like the Quincy King might be the son of the Soul King. I'm not sure. I talked in the last description and or discussion about whether or not he is like actual son, like blood relation, like Soul King banged a woman and gave birth to the Quincy King, or if it's like the Soul King like made him, like how a god creates a person out of clay kind of thing, and then is his son, right? But yeah, we had a lot of things that we had the idea that the Soul King brought the fear of death, giving the inclination that maybe everyone was like, kind of like a Garden of Eden kind of thing, where there was like no illness, no death, nothing like that until the Soul King came and you know plagued it upon man kind of thing. So very, very interesting stuff. We had Ganju back, which is very neat, and we had the infiltration begin, where he went in there. They, you know, pretty much, really. I mean, some of the followers of that one lady got smacked, right? On the Soul Reaper side, but all the big Soul Reapers of Squad Zero are still alive, even though we saw like faked out deaths from them. But then it seems like a lot of like the big lieutenant, like special guard, like the royal guards of the Quincy King seem to be dead, unless that's some kind of illusion too. Yeah, a lot of death on his side, but yeah, we're gonna have to see where it goes with these last two episodes and how far we make it with this invasion happening. So, without further ado, sorry for the long rant. We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. TV Tokyo. Viz. Bloody rain. Or it's red because the sky is red. Bloody rain. Just ignoring her. And her voice is a lot different. And I know we've heard it before, but I rewatched this in English. Hmm. Is that Yoruichi's sister? It looks like her. Same complexion at the very least. And hair color. Yeah. Hmm. Wait, was that a boy? I didn't get to read. I read 23rd something and I tried to skim it and I thought it might have said son. But I'll go back to it after. Damn Bleach in there. Androgynous characters. I assumed female at the very first, but it's a bad assumption to make when you're watching Bleach. Or really a lot of anime, to be completely honest. But yeah. I'll double check just to make sure. Not that it's a big deal. I wrote in my notes Yoruichi brother or sister. And I'll just to remind myself to go back. For some reason, like before the opening, I really forget a lot of the stuff. Like somehow the opening like distracts me, and then when I get into the discussion, I'll talk about everything that happened from after the opening on, and never mention the stuff from before. I've done that in several videos, and then I finish the recording, and I'm like, oh shit. I might do a shorter discussion for this video since I'm gonna be immediately going into 26 after this one. We'll see. Um, he's just fighting with his paintbrush. And then just do like the bigger like full season discussion after that video. You're gonna get paint on the floor. He has a beard I can only aspire to have. Just point to each other. You're not Ichigo, so it's not gonna work well for you. And you're too confident, Ichibe. Ooh. Smack! Hmm. Just big ass hands smacking you around. Oh. What? How did he do that? Did he have to give himself a voice so he could fight? So he could say, you have to say your attack? Shit. He impaled himself with that attack? God damn. It like stopped his descent. Ugh. Alright. Hopefully this guy is a bit better than the other ones. Well, not hopefully, I guess, since I'm not rooting for this side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why? What's happening? Who's doing this? Woo! Reinforcing it. Ah, nice shower. Just so casually dodges it. Uryu did get more powerful when he got Daddy Juice. Ooh, he's got like a glaive kind of weapon. Sorta. Oh. Oh, of course. Are they all gonna get back up? Or just this guy? He can't die, but when he thinks about the ability, he gets a fatal feeling. Hmm. So did he calculate the amount of the blade he could take before it becomes a lethal dose? Ugh. Or that. So is he drinking his own blood to do that to him? Like, I don't understand how that works. I understand if he was drinking that guy's blood. Huh. Oh well. I don't understand how 90% of these powers work anyway. I just accept it. She's just sewing some shit. Alright, Uryu. He has a shield. Oh, okay. Well, can he just make another shield? What happened? It's one of these moves. Oh, but I bet you this guy has the bigger hit. Watch. There's too many characters. I feel so bad not knowing all the names all the time. He's just pulling a bow out of his bracelet. Oh! He's making himself bleed. Jeez. Can he, like, lower it? We're doing math. Hmm. He's, like, not even bleeding or covered in blood anymore, either. I guess he did have a cloak on before, maybe that. What? Oh, so this guy is fine. Did he survive this one, then? I don't know if he's dead or not. Oh, shit. Is it reflecting it back? Just his cloak, I bet. Watch. That wasn't him falling. That was just, like, his cloak. It is a pretty frightening face he has on. But, I mean, Soul Reapers are, like, originally Soul Reapers, like, loved fighting and killing, right? It wasn't until more recently that they became way more, like, civilized. Oh. The name of your arm. He got a Orochimaru'd. Well, jeez. What an impact. Hmm. How does his power work? Alright. You don't even have to read the manga to know that, like, Ichigo not being, like, this guy losing to this guy without Ichigo even being here. Ugh. Is this zombie chick again? God damn it. God damn it. We're not done with the zombies yet. Jesus. What a crazy chick. Well, dude, whatever. That's a cool shot, though. The glowing eyes with the wings out. Hmm. Uh-oh. Yep. Here comes something. Jeez. What is happening? Shit. Is he gonna, like, absorb the reishi from the Soul Society? Yeah. He's, like, might even be, like, sucking his power back, or... Yeah, I think he's just sucking up the reishi. Jeez. Uh... More like pawns. So what happens when you follow the bad guys, guys? Come on. Just freaking beam her. Beam her with a beam. Hmm. Alright, even Shunsui knows that this shit is not good. What just happened? Bye-bye birdcage. Pretty visually stunning, though. Oh, is he... He's giving power back to his royal guards. I talked about this, too. God damn it. I talked about what if all these guys just come back next time. God damn it. Redistributes the lives. Wow. Kind of explains why some of the people wanted to be picked so badly for this, like, trip up here. If some of them knew. Shit. Alright. Well, damn. Alright, well, so, really, a lot of that episode was fighting. I wish they did a little bit better explaining how, the powers... I mean, the fight isn't over yet, so maybe we will get it, but, Ichibe, we didn't really get, like, an explanation of how his power works. Like, he was, like, cutting the names, and he said, "You're now just R?" Like, AR? Like, did he cut the M out of the arm? And, like, it, like, reduced the power of his arms in half, and then he, like, cut him down the middle, and it, like, he took some of the characters out of his name as well, and that, like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like not really explaining how that works. I mean, obviously, I guess maybe it's self-explanatory enough, but, like, because I kind of get the gist of it, right? Like, he cuts you at a certain part, and removes some letters from the name, and then somehow the name correlates to the power of that part of the body that he cut, and it reduces your strength, right? I mean, that's like that's the gist of it. Oh, we have after credits. Alright, Shinsui. Hey, Ukitake. Jushiro, right? I think. Whoa. What is that? So it's a way to, like, suppress his illness so that way he can fight again? Alright, Shinsui. Oh, man, I love seeing these older guys in action, because it's like when you get to when we got to see Yamamoto in action, right? Like, it's so satisfying when you get to see, like, old, like, veterans that are, like, experienced fight. Like, sure, that's it, by the way, guys, for episode 25. Um, it's fun watching Ichigo, like, train up, get stronger, go in, and go ham, right? But there's something so fun about, like, we've never... I don't know that we've ever really seen Shunsui or Jushiro go all out, right? And it's just, same with, like, until we saw Yamamoto go all out, we didn't really get to see too much of that either, only a little bit, like, little bits of him and everything, and it's like, oh, man. It's so exciting to see that kind of thing. Like, that's honestly sometimes more exciting to me than seeing the main character fight. Because it's alright, yeah, he's gonna, like, Ichigo's gonna go train, he's gonna come back with a stronger Getsuga Tensho, and it's like, alright, you know. Although sometimes Ichigo's entrances are just fantastic. But yeah. If I go back to the start of that episode, it was before the Credatos, right? There's a little splash screen here. Oh, no, it just said head. 23rd head, not... It doesn't actually say gender. Oh, well. I don't think it matters. But, yeah. So I'll just leave it as brother or sister. It seems like sister to me. But who knows? It wouldn't surprise me if it was the other way around. So yeah, I mean, most of this episode was the fighting. Like I started to say before we had the after credits, I wish we kind of got a little more explanation for Ichibe's power. Because it was just kind of like, hey, look, this is what it did, rather than being like, some, like, it explained that other dude's power, how he's able to... I still don't fully understand that one either. but he's able to, like, correctly calculate the lethal dose of something, so he can, like, correctly calculate how much blood is needed. Now, how he was able to take blood, like, his blood and, like, somehow give the other guy more blood, I don't know how that functioned, right? No idea. So, I mean, that's the only bad thing about some of these crazy powers is, like, sometimes I'm just watching and my reaction is, like, kind of mellowed down because I'm just like, all right, they're just, it's like whatever they tell us they're doing, it's like we just have to accept that that's how it works because these powers are so, like, crazy, out of left field and wild that there's no, like, ah, yes, I understand that they're using chakra, you know, in Naruto, doing these certain hand signs to create this thing, and it's like a water serpent, so that means the person must be water nature, and, you know, it's like, you can kind of, once you start understanding the rules of Naruto, there is a lot of bullshit in Naruto too, I will say that. But some other shows, you know, like, or like My Hero Academia, you're like, oh, so their quirk must be like this, and they're using it like this, and that, you know? And it's like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's so ill-defined that I just kind of have to watch and accept whatever happens, and I can't try to theorize or try to figure it out or understand it because it's whatever they say it does, you know? And that's just how it is. And you find out usually, like, after they already did it, so you're just really confused, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, thanks for telling me. You know, and it's like, sure, I want that to happen with Ichibe, but that's only because the power system is already so poorly defined, right? Um, and don't get me wrong, I like Bleach, but um, I like Bleach and everything, but it is one of those shows where it's just like, what was I gonna say? Shoot, I got a text and, like, skimmed it real fast and it distracted the crap out of me. My bad. Uh, oh, I was in the middle. I know I was talking about the whole, like, powers and everything, but I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say about them. Ugh. All right. Well, I guess, like, I feel like in some other shows you can see them do something. Like, we could have seen what Ichibe was doing here, and I mean, I guess I kind of already said this, but and we could have figured out exactly how he did it, right? Given the power system in the world, but because the power system in this world is just like, oh, they have a Zanpakuto that can do some wild shit, you know, and it's different per person, and there's no rhyme or reason. It's just until they explain it to you, you don't know. And since they didn't explain it here, I just feel a little lost, right? And maybe, like I said, their fight isn't over yet. Ichibe is still alive, so maybe we'll learn it. But it doesn't lead to very much discussion here, I feel like, with what we saw. Now, we can talk about the Quincy King. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that a guy like him, especially seeing how he came to being, we saw, like, a bunch of lives being, like, sucked away and going into the baby kind of thing earlier. It makes sense that he would do it again, right? He sucked the lives out of all the people down there in the Serite, and then redistributed it to him to heal him, and then bring back all of the guys up there, which I talked about that last episode. Like, I was like, man, it's really cool seeing all these people die, but we already had the fake out of the Soul Reaper lady dying, Squad Zero lady, and it was like, so does that mean that these guys aren't dead either? And it's like, alright, I guess I just gotta keep watching to find out. And that's, like, the one bad thing, is, like, when death isn't final in shows like this, it's like, how long do I have to wait to be like, oh, yay, we killed him? It's like, do I have to wait 5 episodes, you know? And that's another thing that's kind of, like, a little disappointing, is, like, I can't enjoy death in a show like this, whereas when I'm watching something like Parasite, it's like, I'm on edge that anyone could die at any minute, and when they're dead, you know? It's none of this, like, oh, we're bringing them back, you know? Except a little bit with Shinichi in that show, it happened a tiny bit, but when he got stabbed, but he wasn't fully dead. Anyway, regardless of my ranting, I did enjoy the fighting for what I saw and what I could understand of what I did see, and it was visually stunning seeing him, you know, suck up all of those people and basically kill them all. Now, I wonder, are they all dead? Like, we had the zombie girl that was, like, crouching under there. Did she get vaporized too? like the rest of them. Like we saw some skeletons and stuff. So I wonder, all like, is the surface completely clear now, or well, the surface, but the Serite and all that, or is there still like some big threats? But other than that, it's pretty wild what we saw, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Shunsui and Ukitake do. I really am. I'm pumped. So let's just jump into the final episode, and then we'll talk about the this part of the season as a whole. These 13 or 14 episodes, or however many it's been. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you look out for episode 26 coming out right after this. And check out the link in the description for my Patreon for all kinds of stuff, and check out that poll as well. It's on the Patreon. You can actually follow the Patreon link and just scroll down a little bit and you'll probably see the poll. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye bye.